Welcome back. If you're a champagne lover, you're certainly not alone. So am I. And we have an expert here, a sommelier who works at Hoodoos exclusively. His name is Leon Eckersley. It's great to have you back on the show.
Thanks for having me again.
Yes, you got your training in Calgary.
I did, yeah. I lived in Banff for a number of years and was very fortunate to work at the Banff Springs Hotel. And I did my training in Calgary and was surrounded by wonderful wines. So.
And now Hoodoos is lucky enough to have you on staff, and you help to make recommendations. You speak to patrons. Yep. Tell me about how that works.
Sure. So what I generally do is kind of guide people. You know, we talk about flavor profiles or similar styles of wine that they like. And I try and find that right wine for them. Sometimes we push the boundaries, push them to try things they may not like. And then, of course, we try and stick to people's favourites as well. So for the most part, I just kind of guide them to finding a wine that's right for them. And
as an accredited sommelier, learning about champagnes is a part of the process as well?
It is, yeah. It can be very complicated and it can be very intimidating. A lot of French terms that you have to learn, but lots of fun too, you know. It's not, sometimes it doesn't feel like a job at all. So
I never feel intimidated around champagne, just saying. Anyway, we have a selection of 4 here that you've brought in today. Maybe you could speak a bit about each, and I think we're going to try 2 of them. Yeah,
we are. So the first 2 that we're going to talk about is from Bella. They're a vineyard in the Okanagan, Oliver to be precise. They only make sparkling wine. I can't call it champagne. Very unique. I believe they're the only ones in Canada that do that. They are also using some Kamloops grapes now, so they make beautiful sparkling wine from some local grapes here in Kamloops.
I have to ask, if you sort of pull back, or you can't really see, but yeah, you can hear. These bottles are so much smaller than these. Why is that?
These are called a baby bottle. They are more for an individual. You know, sometimes you don't want to open a full bottle if there's only one person drinking it. And of course, you know, you don't want to drink a whole bottle to yourself.
You don't?
No.
Oh yeah, no you don't, right.
So these are great when you may only want 1 glass, or you want to share, you know, a glass each with a friend. Obviously you can get champagne in the large format bottles as well. But we like these because they're great for the individual. You don't have to order a whole bottle.
Sure.
So they're an excellent size for one person.
Okay, and then moving on to the 2 taller ones.
So we have 2 different styles here. This one is a Prosecco from Italy, a very classic, slightly off-dry sparkling wine from Italy, very famous. It is the main component in the Bellini cocktail. And then on the right, we've got another sparkling wine. This is a dry style, more of a champagne style. Of course, we're still not allowed to call it champagne, but made in that traditional fermentation style. It is a beautiful dry white wine made here in BC as well.
Excellent. So which ones are we trying today, Leon?
Today we're going to start with the white from Bella. This is made from 100% white wine grapes, or Chardonnay to be precise. Ooh, it's a little,
let it drip.
Yeah.
It's okay.
This is a beautiful dry style. It is similar to champagne. They do make it the exact same way, but the French being how they are, we're of course not allowed to call it champagne.
Of course. So, was that always the case? Because, or did that law come only in and now it has to be sparkling wine unless it's made in the Champagne region?
Yeah, I can't remember when it happened, but they're very strict on their copyright infringement.
A lovely sparkling wine is what we'll say then, shall we?
So really light, really fresh.
A little bit dry.
Yeah, very dry.
Nice, clean.
Little zestiness to it as well.
Little zesty, crisp.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly what you want. Perfect with oysters, fish, salads, even desserts. People often forget sparkling wine goes really well with desserts.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the second one.
The second one is, it's also a dry style. Don't let the colour fool you. And it's made from Gamay Noir. Now, Gamay is home, its traditional home is in France, in Beaujolais. It's part of my reach for a second here. But they make this into, again, it's a dry style. People often see that pink wines, they think they're automatically sweet. It's just not the case. You'll notice, though, it has a little more kind of cranberry or red currant, those little hints of strawberry flavours to it as well.
Okay. That is delightful. Yeah. And quite dry.
Very dry. Again, people often think the colour, it has some sort of sweetness attached to it. It's definitely not the case. Okay.
Those are both excellent. I'm sure all of them are in total. One question I have before we throw to the break is this. Sure. Sometimes people will say, oh, no, you have to have red with a meat. You have to have red with a red meat.
Yep.
Would you say that?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I like to break the rules. You can certainly drink red wine with fish. The key is acidity and drinking that softer style of red if you're going to break those rules. Likewise, if If you're going to have white wine with meat, go for something really full-bodied, really rich. You want it to stand up to the food. You don't want one to be lost to the other.
Fantastic. Excellent.
Yeah.
You have much knowledge about all of these things. It's neat to hear from you.
Great.
Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, Leon Eckersley is the accredited sommelier at Hoodoos. So if you're there, you should ask for him. He can come out and give you some answer some questions for you about some of the wines that they offer and what to pair up with them. We will take a quick break. We are drinking some beer after the break. Stay with us.